Cloud computing outside. Classic Empire head to head down to the line. Cloud computing wins the Preakness.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Spa Babies, presented by Spendthrift. I'm Dan Illman, along with Nicole Russo. Let's kick off the early pick four at Saratoga on Sunday with race number 2. We'll take a peek at this field. We're going 1 1/16 on the inner turf. This is a race for 2-year-old fillies. The number 2, Amani's Image. The number 9, Popular Voter, entered main track only. I think this is a very evenly matched group, Nicole. Some nice pedigrees.
Yeah, I think very evenly matched and some really interesting pedigrees. You'll see a couple of mares in here who are very familiar, represented by their foals, some nice stakes performers, an interesting mix of stallions, including some with some international appeal. I had a lot of fun going through these pedigrees.
Let's start things off with a replay. The number 1, Pammy's Ready, has already started twice for trainer Wesley Ward. We'll watch her race on July the 11th, going 3/4 of a mile at Belmont. She was up close to the pace on the outside. She falters a little bit, but I think she should be ready to sprint. She should have enough bottom now, stretching out after the 2 sprints, and I'm not really worried about the distance for her, considering this pedigree.
Yeah, more than ready over a war front mare. That's a turf pedigree. That's a pedigree for juvenile success. We just watched her second start where she was a good third. I thought her first start was sneaky good as well when she finished 4th at Keeneland. She finished 4th behind the well-bred and well-meant Ruthin, and the runner-up was a subsequent winner as well. Then Pammy's Ready improved for her 3rd place finish, and as you said, she should have some bottom in her now.
And I would expect speed in the rail under Jose Ortiz by 14% sire, More Than Ready. Amani's Image, the 2, entered main track only. Let's move to the 3, Blissful. This is a daughter of Empire Maker and a full sister to Kerry Bell, a grade 3 stakes winner going a mile on turf. Blissful sold for $350,000 after breezing a furlong in 10-2 at the auction. The Dam, a grade 3 stakes winning sprinter. Lots of class, lots of turf in this pedigree. Curious to see how she's going to do first time out.
I do think so. I do think it'll be interesting to see how she runs first time out. You know, she's got Louis Saez aboard for Sherry DeVoe, who's a rising trainer. She's 7-2 on the morning line. So certainly, you know, they like her odds. The Dam, as you mentioned, a graded winning turf sprinter. Sire Empire Maker, I think, adds some stamina to the equation.
Trainer Christophe Clement's having a nice meet with his 2-year-olds, and he sends out our next 2 entrants, both first-time starters. The number 4, Waterville, is a New York bred in name only. She is a daughter of champion turfer Kitten's Joy and a half-sister to Seafoam, a multiple stakes winner on the dirt. Lots of turf in this pedigree. The Dam, a grade 3 stakes winner on the surface.
Absolutely. And, you know, Strike It Rich was a really nice turf mare, scored her biggest win in the Boiling Springs at Monmouth, won some other stakes as well down in New Jersey. Waterville by Kitten's Joy. All they want to do is route on turf, leading turf sire. Just a beautiful pedigree.
Clement entices Joel Rosario to ride his other entrant, the number 5, Silvery Rill. This is a daughter of Warfront out of a grade 3 stakes winning Dam. She won that graded stakes race, going long on the turf. Really strong family. The family of Good Reward, a multiple grade 1 stakes winner on the turf persistently, who pulled off the big upset of Rachel Alexandra a few years ago. Nice route pedigree. Like these turf workouts, like that they've given her several long turf breezes.
Yeah, this is one who looks like she's got a good foundation in that work tab for her debut going 2 turns, which I think is very important. Dam stays in Vegas, as you mentioned, a graded winner routing on the turf. She was also multiple grade 1 placed routing on the turf and grade 1 placed on dirt as well by Warfront. Just another beautiful pedigree for the Clement barn.
The 6, Gillian Elizabeth, has already raced once. She sprinted down at Churchill Downs, and she ran quite well with a 2nd place finish. The Dam, a turf winner. Nice sprint pedigree on the bottom. Tell us a little bit about this sire. I've been very impressed thus far with what I've seen.
Yeah, you know, Astern was a Group 1 winner in his native Australia. He's by Medaglia d'Oro, so everything that line represents, some versatility, some 2-year-old ability. Now, this is Astern's first Northern Hemisphere crop. We got a little preview as he started his stud career the previous Southern Hemisphere season in Australia. From that crop, which has a little more experience, he's already got 2 stakes winners in Australia. His first Northern Hemisphere crop really just getting underway this summer. And his daughter Mainstay was second in the Schuylerville on opening day on the dirt. So some versatility being shown already from this stallion, a really promising son of Medaglia d'Oro.
The 7 is Dancin Dee. This is a first-time starter by Creative Cause, a $95,000 yearling, the dam a half to a Grade 3 stakes-winning miler on the turf. Lots of European turf influences. Norm Cassie as a 2-year-old winner at the meet. I think this filly might be able to pop at a little bit of a price, a little bit of everything on the work tab, Nicole. Slow gate breeze, 5 furlong work, quick half-mile work, a little bit of everything. And again, I think this horse might offer a little bit of value on the tote.
Definitely some value for the Norm Cassie barn, which, as you said, has already made a mark with 2-year-olds at this meet. They look very strong in the division. This is an interesting mix in this pedigree. Creative Cause, a good 2-year-old sire, a decent turf sire, crossing over a mare by Galileo's son Teofilo. I think that adds some distance, some stamina to the equation as well.
Barrett, the last horse in the body of the race, the 9 popular vote, entered main track only. So here's the 8 Barrett. This is a daughter of Vancouver. This is a very active family. Miss Stormy D and Evil Lynn, 2 half-siblings to Barrett, have just won stakes races over the past month. This is the family of multiple Grade 1 stakes winner Candy Ride, one of the better stallions out there.
Yeah, and Candy Ride, you know, of course, such a versatile stallion as we talk about all the time. The sire of Barrett, Vancouver, is another Medaglia d'Oro son who was a Group 1 winner in Australia. Similar profile to Astern. He's really just kind of finding his stride now, I think, with his second Northern Hemisphere crop.
Top pick time for our Sunday Spa Baby event. Our coverage presented by Spendthrift Waterville. You're going with Clement. The way the barn's been going, I don't blame you. 4-5.
Yeah, the barn's been going very well. And obviously, I had a hard time separating these 2 fillies, honestly. Waterville and Silvery Rill, both beautifully bred, I think, for the specific task at hand. I went with Waterville on top ultimately because I think she's going to offer you more value if you watch the board. But Silvery Rill, you know, very hard to pick against. I respect them both.
Had a tough time with this race as well. Going to look for prices towards the outside. The 8 Barrett, the Bill Mott trained first-time starter by Vancouver. I like this turf pedigree. I'm very curious to see what Norm Cassie has with the 7 Dancin Dee. I like that most recent workout. And again, check out the Mike Welsh clock reports on DRF.com. 4587 for Nicole, 8731 for me. It's Spa Babies, race number 2 on Sunday, August the 1st. Our coverage presented by Spendthrift.